Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Fellbeak McCaw. The what? That came out in May. Why are we talking about that now? Well, it's because of a conversation I had with Steven in the Discord. I was talking to someone in Discord about the cosmetic items for May. I was saying that the Tidebreaker was my favorite, and then Steven came in and said his favorite was the Fellbeak McCaw. And then the person I was talking to said that they liked it, they liked the macaw, but they wish they could see it rendered in 3D. So that small conversation led to Margaret's post. And this is why we're looking at the 3D rendered version of the Fellbeak McCaw today. So be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. In fact, this 3D rendered version of the Fellbeak McCaw raises more questions than it answers. I don't even know if this is the same creature or a different one. Take a look at the cosmetic version in 2D. The cosmetic one has long feathers and no wings. It doesn't have teeth either, and the beak is considerably different. Now look at the 3D rendered version. It has wings, it has short feathers, and it has teeth. So is this the same bird or a different one? What did we actually purchase when we purchased the Fellbeak McCaw? Is it the look of long feathers and no teeth? And maybe the one with teeth and wings is the one that we're going to catch that's running around wild on Vera? Is this different than the skin, or is this the same animal? Now there's a story that accompanies this blog post, but it doesn't really contain any information that might help us. In fact, it looks like it's been scrubbed clean of information, and I think that's my fault too. I think in my economic node deep dive, I came too close to revealing some kind of secret that Steven doesn't want us to know about. Because right after that, Steven said they aren't going to give out any more lore. In fact, I think I know who Vera is, and I think I know the entire plot of the first quest. I'm not going to tell you about it, because that would spoil the game for you and for Steven. Instead, I'm going to keep that to myself, and then when the game comes out, I'm going to be the first one to solve it. That way I can get my name up on the leaderboard. Anyway, let's read through the story that Margaret wrote, or somebody else. It wasn't the usual writer, because the writing style is different. Jeffrey likes to use big words, and Steven does too. But this writer, it looks like they went through it a couple of times, taking out all the information that they didn't want people to get. But I still got some information. So let's have a quick read through. Day 1. The blog is written like a journal, so that explains why the writing style is different. It wasn't written by Steven or anyone at Intrepid Studios. It was written by an explorer on Vera. Day 1. We Kalar have always been an inquisitive folk, even more so since we had begun to document our findings of this new yet strange land. Research into the local flora and fauna has begun in earnest, with my domain lying within the local jungles, and only the gods know what I might find. So there's a little bit of lore that they couldn't find. This Kalar, which is a human, believes in several gods. Polytheism, I think that's the word. So remember the Romans, how they had all the different gods, like Mars, I can't think of them, and Zeus and whatnot. Mars and Zeus and all them dudes and all that stuff. Athena, a pantheon of gods. Well, apparently one of the religions is polytheistic, which has many gods in it, and this Kalar human is part of that religion. He's out exploring. He's keeping a journal like a good researcher should. Day 3. Unfortunately, the unabating heat and humidity that seems to accompany all jungles is no less present back beyond the portal than here. The retinue commissioned to ensure my safety has made no small effort to voice their complaints in this matter. Nevertheless, a task needs finishing. Though through the haze I've caught glimpses of a curious feathered creature, a brilliant deluge of blue and yellow in stark contrast to the green drab of the jungle. It turned to look at me with an almost unsettling focus before letting out a loud squawk and running off in the opposite direction. So there's some more lore that sneaked out. It says the unabating heat is no less present back beyond the portal than here. That means Sanctus is hot, because it's hot here and it's hot on Sanctus, beyond the portal. We'll talk more about that later when I talk about the feathers. Day 6. My research continues. With more and more New life being documented each hour. Yet again I find the strange yet colorful creature along the path of our journey. It was closer this time, granting me a more thorough opportunity to study. It possessed a pair of black avian legs with short but sharp talons, yet its wings were clearly underdeveloped. Indeed, this bird was relegated to a life of sustenance along the jungle floor. Curiously, and perhaps more unnervingly, its black beak was lined with what I could only describe as teeth. This strange combination of hard-hacking beak and sharp teeth led me to believe it is, in fact, an omnivore. Luckily, it has shown no outward signs of aggression, though I'm sure a hard strike from this bird would fell any man. I wish to press yet further, much to the chagrin of the guards, but the promise of a heftier coin purse seems to motivate them well enough. Day 7. Gods, the danger has passed for the moment, yet my hands tremble so. We found the bird at last in the center of a clearing, occasionally turning to glance at us. We moved farther inward for a better view, when the creature's shrill shriek broke the silence. All at once, from every direction, the damnable birds burst forth from the canopy. The guards held for a time, desperately, cutting a path back into the brush. It was only a matter of time until they got to me, and all I could do was run. To run and dare not look back. These birds are far more cunning and predatory than I could have thought. Only now do I realize that I'd never seen more than one of the creature at any given time. The creature my unfortunate retinue and I had been tracking must have been a sort of scout, and saw fit to lure us to its brethren. To say I underestimated them only bespeaks of my naivete. This small cave has allowed me to elude them thus far, but the ambient light is fading. Damn it, the expeditionaries must learn of this before more... It was a trap. The bird is a trap. So I wonder how many people that don't read the blog or watch my show are going to fall for this once the game comes out. How many newbies are going to fall prey to the Fellbeak McCaw? Interesting. You know, they could program it to work this way. It's just a matter of programming the computer AI to make the birds flock and then have them, when attacked, they return back to the flock. This is totally programmable. They could do this if they wanted to. This also raises more questions, like how the heck are we going to catch this animal in the wild? You have to catch it on the first try, because if you chase it, you might end up lunch. So, do we just sneak up on it and put a burlap sack over its head? How do we catch this thing? Put a top jaw rope on it? Keep its beak closed? Or will there be traps on Vera, like leg traps, snares, net traps, tiger pits, that we just leave out? Is that how we catch animals? I don't know. I have so many questions now. So many questions. So let's take a look at how this creature was rendered in 3D. they even detail the inside of the mouth. So if you'll notice, the person using this is using shortcut keys. That's why you'd never see the cursor on the screen. So if you're using shortcut keys, you must be pretty good at the software. Did you see that? This bird does not have a wishbone. That means it can't fly. It has a sternum like you and I. I'm sure the artist wasn't thinking about keeping this anatomically correct when they were making it, because it doesn't have a butthole either. So there's no way for this bird to poop. Well, maybe it is anatomically correct, because there are animals that don't poop. You have some on your face right now. They're called Demodex mites, and they don't poop, but they die after 2 weeks, so that's fine. You can Google it after you hit subscribe to my show. Okay, so look at the beak. See how it has ridges near the head part but not at the front? That's because this bird eats the stuff inside you, the soft organs inside of your body. It needs the smooth part of the beak to slide into your carcass, and then it uses its teeth to grab and tear at your organs. If you look at the teeth, you see that they don't match up. It's because they're designed for grasping, like a crocodile's teeth. So the way this animal kills you is probably by nips and bites. It just bites a little piece of you and shakes its head violently and rips that chunk off. And then you die from blood loss. And then it slides the smooth part of its beak into your body, and it grabs one of your organs with its teeth, and it shakes its head violently and rips out your liver. That's so disgusting. Look at how powerful the neck is. So it's perfect for backwards head jerking and stuff like that. It has a muscular neck. I'm gonna throw up. Well, that's the episode for today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. If you like this show, be sure to like and subscribe. There's going to be a big live Twitch cast on Friday, I believe. Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, Friday. They're taking questions on the forums right now. If you have any questions for Steven, go ahead and go to ashesofcreation.com/forums. You'll have to register, and then you can post. Thanks for watching.